Okay, we're recording.
Hi, YouTubers!
They never say hi back.
I know, right? So rude.
This guy's like the best one to do it to, too. Come on now. You'd think he'd have a fan base.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that. That might be going too far.
Yeah, I start getting subscribers and stuff on my channel, and it's all because of this guy. Anyway, um, so basically, you guys have been on a ship sailing towards this island that you guys believe has a temple on it dedicated to an evil god. Not quite sure why you're going there. Why did you guys decide to go there?
Because we want
Uh,
to make it holy.
Because I think we thought it was the easiest one to get to.
Okay, you guys didn't pick up the artifacts first, right?
No, we're going there to clear it out and then get the artifacts after once we know it's mostly secure.
Okay.
And I don't know enough about the artifacts that it would matter to me. More of, can we kill stuff?
Are you just a murder hobo?
Yes,
Robo?
I am at this present moment.
bad opal.
And then what can I loot from them?
Now bad Verheist.
No good varieties. Mercenary, come on now. I still haven't been paid for this transaction.
You're sent here as a guild member. There's a good chance you're not getting paid for this. Unless they specifically said they were going to pay you.
The guild pays me.
Okay.
Do they?
It's my story and I'm sticking to it. Otherwise, why would I be in the guild? I don't get paid.
That sounds like something you need to take up with them, not us.
Right?
With you guys.
Yeah. We'll ask the crew if their sailing days are normally this interesting.
Who are you asking?
The captain or whoever's sailing right now. I know one of them does night shift, but it's been swapping a few times.
Captain should be sailing at the moment. And he just says, um, not usually quite so interesting, but I'm certainly glad that we have your party here to protect us.
We're glad to have been along and able to protect you guys.
Sorry, say that again?
We're glad to have been along and able to protect you guys.
I'm not sure why this trip has been so dangerous. Is there something weird about where we're going, or he kind of looks over his shoulder back behind the ship and says, or are you guys running from something?
Uh, the island we're going to, I'm not sure. Not sure exactly what's there. We're heading there to find out what is there. But no, we're not running from anything specifically. We're just trying to get to the island and see what we can figure out there.
Okay, well, I guess we'll continue on and hopefully that the our travels become a little less dangerous.
That would definitely be very nice.
At least you got good fish.
Yeah, I mean, that is something, having nice fish.
I have to admit, we have eaten well. And your elven friend there is definitely good at making the most of limited resources.
Yeah, he definitely is.
We are going to ask about how long it will take before we're there with all the troubles we've had after he wakes up.
Strangely enough, the dangers we've run into haven't actually slowed us down much.
That's good to hear.
I suspect it'll be another 5 days.
Okay.
Not that bad.
Give or take some.
How long have we been on the boat now? Like 8, 9 days?
About 10 days, give or take. Looks like it's about 300 miles from here to Havenport.
Yeah.
Can I get my eyes to clear up?
Too bad you didn't have a sailor's cap. It'd help. Water from going in your eye.
I'm pretty sure a sailor's cap wouldn't help this.
Oh my, but I was making a joke.
Okay, you guys have awakened and you've been given food for the morning. Is there anything specific you want to do on this days during your travel?
No, work on sailing and learning how to boat. Notice we
And
haven't
I'm
made real
just,
progress.
sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it.
I was going to say, I'm just relaxing like I have been most of the rest of the days since it's been a while since we've gotten to relax.
I will continue to help with whatever they need as far as repairs on the boat.
Okay. Liaison, Rover?
Said I'd continue to try learning how to boat and sail.
Oh, that's right, you did respond. Liaison?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of with Iriana. I'm just going to kick back and relax, enjoy the weather as much as I can, and kind of conserve energy because I know when trouble comes, it's going to be intense.
That doesn't look good.
What doesn't look good?
White rolling a 20 on the d20.
Okay.
Actually, I think it looks pretty neat.
Yeah, but that depends on what the roll's for.
And then what side of the dice you're on.
Everyone except Rogar, give me a. It's not entirely true because whatever roll you roll would be upward, up on the ceiling.
I mean, like a 20 and the difference of a 20 and a 1 is like nothing because you're on the inside.
Except if you roll a 20, the 20 is above you and the 1 is below you.
Should we be
Maybe.
at maximum health?
Yeah, everyone should be at full health, full spell slots, full ability uses, everything.
I was at full spell slots, but I was at 28 health.
Wow, that will be fun in the next fight.
I'm sure. Which roll did you just make?
I said, everyone except Rogar, give me a wisdom saving throw. Where's everyone located? Are you on deck? Below deck?
On the deck, I think. It's kind of staying out of the way.
Sorry, I had the button pushed. Did you say below deck?
On the deck, staying out of the way.
Okay. Lazem, Sky, Rogar.
Yeah,
No clue.
I'm on the deck, loosely roped to a rail on one side.
No clue where I am. I'm working on whatever they needed worked on the boat.
Okay. Iriana, while you're relaxing on the deck, off to the side, you do feel a magic spell attempt to take hold of you, and you just kind of shrug it off. But as you look around, Lazem suddenly has a scrying orb appear above his shoulder, and then you see Skywalk pass, and he has one above his shoulder as well. Rogar does not appear to have one.
Alright. I will try to get Lazem's attention. And then if I am able to try to get him to do his limited telepathy.
I feel somebody reaching out to me telepathically. Is that you, Ariana?
Yeah, I think it might be wise if you and Sky had below decks for an hour.
Okay. So I.
For 10 minutes or so.
Okay. Well, I loosen the rope around the rail and pick it up and head for the companionway down to the lower decks. And I'm gonna get down there and wait for Iriana. Hopefully, he'll come down and tell me what's going on.
Now, what is the range or the limitations of the limited telepathy?
He should be able to talk to one person at a time. I think it's range like 120 feet.
30 feet.
30 feet?
Yeah, that's what it says for Halfling Ghostwise.
Oh, okay.
As he's heading down, I'll just continue and mention that both him and Sty have a scrying orb over their shoulder, just like we've seen before. So if you're under decks, it's more difficult for them to figure out where we're heading. And I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
No problem. We'll just wait for Bo to return. Let's give it a minute, guys. Now might be a good time to go get drinks or whatever if you need to.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay. Welcome back, man.
Everyone else here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep.
Okay. Um. So you gonna say anything to Sky, Lazem?
Yeah, I'll reach out to Sky and tell him that Iriana says she saw a scrying circle over our shoulder. That's why he wants us, or pardon me, she wants us below decks.
Oh, I didn't even know she wanted us below decks, so thanks. I will head down there.
All right.
And Iriana, do you stay down there with him?
No, I'll stay up on the main deck.
Okay. Rogar, where are you?
Beside the cat.
Next to Captain. Okay.
Or whoever's teaching me how to sail this yacht.
No, Captain is the one sailing currently.
Yeah, so I'm beside the captain.
Okay, and you watch as Lazem, Iriana, and Skyel suddenly get together and walk downstairs.
Okay.
I thought I was staying up on deck.
Didn't you say you went downstairs and then went back up? Or were you just talking?
I was just talking to him.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Sky and Lazem suddenly get together and go downstairs.
I don't think anything of it. I'm more in tune to the captain and what he's trying to teach me,
Okay.
or allowing me to learn.
Nothing too suspicious with that, so.
Yeah, it's not like, hey, they grab their weapons and go downstairs and, hey, with weapons held.
Okay, sorry, my niece is out in the front room yelling.
Couldn't hear over the mic. So you're good.
You didn't miss much.
Okay, um. Hey, Bodia, you remember what the last sending you received from Oraz said? Was that the one where she told you she had the items and had to was trying to distract you with the flesh golem?
I think so. Yeah, that was the last one from Mariah.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. That's what I thought. Okay. Um. Um. After about 10 minutes or so, the spell runs its course. The scrying spell runs its course, and a few moments later, Iriana, you get a sending from Oriah again, and she says, "Clever ruse creating false artifacts for me to steal. Obviously, they didn't work for the ritual. I guess I'll just have to find the other ones."
Um, and that's the whole sending.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's 25 words or not. I didn't count,
Yeah.
but
Um, I'm glad you were able to figure it out, but I thought you would have found it sooner. The rest are safe and will be taken when needed.
okay. Now what are you guys gonna do?
After the 10 minutes is up, I'll wait another couple minutes or just after the sending and then head down and just get Sky and Lazen and say that they're free to go around the ship again.
Back to whatever I was working on prior.
I like how you guys have had these scrying orbs pop up so often you don't even flinch at it anymore.
Not exactly anything we can do about it. I turn to Ariana and I say, "Who do you think that was trying to reach us or find us?"
What's that, sorry?
I didn't hear an answer.
Neither did I.
Who didn't what? Sorry.
Yeah, very light. You're coming through.
I am?
There you go. Now I can hear you.
Did you hear Lazen's question?
No, that's sorry. What I asked is what he said.
Oh, I just asked if you had any idea who was trying to scry us, and also, can you track it or tell us which direction it's from or anything like that?
No, there's no way to really track who's doing it. But I believe it is Araya or one of her followers. She sent a sending to me just after the shrine finished. Wait,
Yes.
yeah. So just at the end, she'd sent out a sending message to me, saying or just saying that she figured out our ploy with the items. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How would you suggest we proceed?
Whenever they attempt it, just try and head somewhere inside if you can. Otherwise, you might have. There is a spell that could help stop it, but I'm not sure if you have it. It's an 8th level spell. I'm not sure if you have access to that.
No, not yet.
See, I don't think we have a real way to stop it.
When someone scries us, are they able to see our abilities and what we're carrying, or just where we are?
Uh, they can see, basically, like they're looking over your shoulder. So they can see you and then whatever is around you.
Okay, I'm not there, but this is out of question. Is it a 360 view or is it a straight in front of you?
It I believe is 360.
Okay.
It's like an
Yeah, I'm not there,
invisible
I'm not me.
sensor that you can see and hear through.
I think it's like above you and kind of like a top-down kind of thing, something. At least that's how it's been described in like lots of movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I think it's a little bit different. Because if you can see it, it looks like a luminous orb. So I'm thinking it's like kind of a floating little glowing orb that sits within 10 feet of you
The eyeball, man. It's the eyeball.
and then moves with you.
Well, we know that they're capable of scrying for us. What can we do after we visited this island and we go back and recover the artifacts? Then what can we do to keep them from knowing we have the artifacts now and are carrying them somewhere?
Um, we, the only thing we could really do would be kind of getting a spell like non-detection, maybe. That's kind of the only, or an amulet that stops scrying.
And where do we get that? And how much?
I'm not sure how much it would cost, but someone in Havenport might be able to make it. What sort of amulets was it that Sorsha was thinking?
That was an amulet of protection from good or evil.
Good or evil? Yeah. Not the proof against detection, I think it's called. Yeah.
I'm just thinking that we can go to this island and possibly re-sanctify the altar. But even if we do that, then how do we get the artifacts and safely transport them here? So I don't think she's going to give up easily.
No, likely not. Yeah, the easiest way would be to get some way to teleport back here quickly. I'm not sure if we have access to anything like that.
I don't have anything that's going to help. I don't believe that
Yeah, I think the best option we have would be to try and get um, a um, spell like non-detection, or try and find some amulets somewhere before we go collect the artifacts.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Uh, I do have a spell of fly and invisibility. Don't know if I can do both at the same time, but
No,
I'm,
because they're both concentration.
yeah, that's what I thought.
But I think for now, just head below decks whenever we find out that we're being spied.
Okay, that makes sense. Uh, do we have a way to return from this island back to um, Havenport or
We
Master's
can
house or
go back
something?
to the master's house directly from the island, but we don't have an easy way to get back to the island.
We don't have a way of putting a teleportation circle on the island.
I do not have access to those types of magic.
Oh, well. All right. It's beginning to sound like it's going to be a complex effort just to stay ahead of Orion and company.
I think I'm the only one that has an easy way to get us all back to the master's house.
I believe so.
Because if someone else had an easy way, then I could get us back to the island using a few spell slots.
Anyone have a magic carpet?
I don't think we do know.
Believe it or not, I actually gave you guys one. You guys sold it before you bothered to identify it.
Did we?
Or maybe that was the one you didn't bother picking up because it's just a carpet.
Might have been, yeah.
Sorry, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
That's when you want a Burheist with you.
Yeah, but Verheist tries to pick up everything.
He sells it eventually.
Last week, so did Ilkin.
Well, yeah. But I didn't pick up dead mice at least.
Incidentally, that's a clip on my channel. You guys should go watch it and thumbs up it and all that fun stuff.
You finally got it clipped.
Yeah. I actually put a link in Discord.
I haven't been on Discord all week, so I can't say nothing. I'll look it up.
Anyway, was there anything else for your discussion?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we solved very much.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else to discuss right now.
Okay. The rest of the day goes by uneventfully. Night falls. You guys, or rather sunsets. You guys eat your evening meal. Head to bed for the evening. Is there anything else you guys want to do during that time frame?
No, I'm happy to just relax and make sure we don't get scryed again.
Little King doesn't even know anything happened, so he's just enjoying learning, enjoying the sea. Or sorry,
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I corrected myself. Thank you. Because I would have messed it up.
What did I miss? I'm sorry.
I said Illikin instead of Rogar.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't even catch that, and I didn't even catch it when you corrected it. It's pretty bad, huh?
Yeah.
I heard it.
Man, he called me on it, which is cool.
Okay. You guys wake up in the morning. Again to the loud bang of the second mate's or first mate's alarm, so to speak. And they invite you to share in the breakfast, of course. And now what are you guys doing?
I'm happy to just relax.
Is this
Like I
becoming
said,
repetitive?
Yep.
I think if there's not going to be much happening, I think we're going to keep doing what we have been doing the last couple days.
Not much to do on a boat.
Yeah,
You would
not a
learn
large
how
space,
to-
especially this boat.
Not much to do on a cruise ship for like 3,000 people. A lot less to do on a small boat like we're on.
I imagine there'd be a ton to do on a cruise ship.
Mm.
I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. I mean, they got the pool and the dance floors and the bowling and they got all sorts of stuff, don't they?
piano bars. And
Depends
Eh,
on the cruise ship. I'm sure they have basically everything.
I get bored.
I guess you're allowed.
but yeah, for the next like 5 days, we'll be doing the same thing. Me learning how to, you know, Ariana relaxing, Lazen playing.
Sky working.
Yeah, we're
Um, at one point, you see Dama running across the deck with something in some piece of cloth or something in his mouth, and one of the crew members is chasing him. A couple minutes later, um, turns around and crew members running across the deck carrying whatever it was that Dumbo was carrying, and Dumbo's chasing him.
crew laughing at him.
For the most part. I mean, Dumbo's been on the ship long enough that they know he's not a threat.
Well, I'm glad Dom was making friends.
He's not getting sick anymore.
Well, that's true.
And then a little bit later, you see Dumbo marching back down the deck with the gnome carrying the gnome by the back of his shirt, just carrying him across the deck.
Let's hope it stays friendly.
Hopefully.
The gnome is just kind of struggling to free himself, and yeah, the rest of the crew are just laughing at him. Dumbo's having a blast.
Hey, look, Dad, what I caught.
Yeah, would seem to me that a gnome takes on a creature that's 2 to 3 times his size. He's taking a lot for granted.
You and Iriana do it all the time. A whole lot bigger than 2 or
Exactly.
3 times your size.
Yeah. But
And some of the things you guys have faced have been 2 or 3 times Rogar's size or more.
mhm. Yeah, we do it. But we don't do it without reasonable consideration.
Okay.
And we also don't do it if there's another way.
As much as possible, yeah.
Okay. After the shenanigans with Damba, another couple hours go by, and you hear one of the crew shout an alert off the port bow.
The front left.
Yes, I got that right. Yay! Sorry. Off the port bow, and as you all look, you see that there is a pod of dolphins breaking the surface and just kind of swimming along. Keeping pace with the ship for a little over an hour.
Yeah, that breaking the surface is called breaching.
Okay, breaching then. Jumping and just basically carrying on as dolphins do. They kind of keep pace with the ship for about an hour or so before they head off in another direction, trying to find something else to entertain them.
Okay, well, when we see this school of dolphins, watch them for a few minutes, and then I shed my armor and tie a rope around my waist and the other end to the rail, and I jump overboard and go swimming with them. And see if I can get them to play. But I don't know.
Give me a dexterity check. Just straight dexterity. Okay, you tie the rope pretty well. So that's nothing you need to worry about. However, as you hit the water and the rope is pulled taut, there's a ominous creak from the rail as you've tied it to one of the rails that isn't quite as secure as it should be. It does start to pull loose. Iriana, Sky, and Rogar, go ahead and give me perception checks. Okay, Rogar is
Way
didn't.
too with the captain's talking about.
Yeah, Rogar didn't even notice Lazen jump over. Sky and Iriana, you watch as Lazen jumps over the side of the boat, or side of the ship, and you watch as this rail just suddenly creaks and looks like it's about to be pulled out of the side of the ship. And the ship isn't exactly moving. It's not like setting any speed records, but it is moving along. About 30 miles a day.
Like mile and a half an hour, a little bit less.
Sure, that works.
If there was a solid surface, I could walk faster than that.
I think the book actually says it's 4 miles an hour, so they must be assuming the ship stops at night or something.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I don't
You'd be able
know.
to get almost 100 miles a day.
I don't know, but yeah, you guys travel
Yeah.
30 miles a day and whatever. We don't need to do the math.
Yeah.
So yeah, Latham jumps over and the rail creaks ominously.
I
Yeah.
I'll just watch and make sure that he stays fine.
Okay.
And can, get back onto the boat at some point.
Okay. Damba does run up to the side of the ship, kind of lays down with his paws and front paws and head hanging over, looking down and kind of whimpering at you, Latham. Give
It's
me
all right, Damba. I'll be back.
give me an animal handling check, Latham. Okay, one of the younger dolphins does separate from the pod and come over to, he's curious about you and comes over to investigate. Kind of spends some time swimming around you and near you, kind of next to you for a little while. Staying out of reach, he doesn't get close enough to actually let you touch him. But as you're kind of dragged along by the ship, he's definitely curious about you. What the hell was that? Until there's kind of a squee from one of the other dolphins, and he kind of goes racing off to rejoin the pod. And shortly after, they head off to explore find other forms of entertainment.
Well, since they have gone off somewhere else, I start gathering the rope and pulling to pull myself back up on the deck. And that's when I realize that the railing is not as secure as I thought it was.
You do manage to make your way up. The railing begins to buckle as you're about halfway up. but luckily the nails hold until you manage to get up onto the deck, where Damba kind of reaches over and grabs the back of your neck, the back of your shirt, and kind of pulls you up, helps to pull you up.
Hey, well, thank you, Damba.
He puts you down. He kind of licks some of the water off you and kind of growls at you a little bit.
Well, don't be unhappy. I was just having fun.
Yeah, but you look at the rail and 2 of the 3 nails are completely pulled out. The third one is there's like a 1/4 inch left. So it's like just about to fall off. And the entire, probably 10-foot section of rail is just terrible shape. The wood is rotted and the nails are all rusty and it's just falling apart.
I turn to Sky and I say, hey.
I ain't fixing that.
What's that?
I ain't fixing that.
I was just going to say, that's something for you to do. But,
looks like it's something for you to do tomorrow.
Well, but I got enough to do. It's important that I rest.
Sitting on your ass doing nothing, and then you jump out into some dolphins. I think you can fix that rail. The next time, maybe it doesn't almost separate.
Yeah. Well, maybe there won't be a next time. But I just thought you seemed to like to fix things all over. I'll give you something to fix.
Enough on this boat that needs fixing.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that.
Okay, takes a little while to dry off, but eventually you dry off. You're able to put your clothes back on. Again, night falls. Or rather, sunsets. You guys have your evening meal, which is yet more smoked fish.
Hope you like fish.
Yeah, no joke. And then you guys head off to bed and are awakened again in the morning by the first mate's alarm.
Stop. Rogard's used to it, so he grabs a little bit of fish to eat and moves over to where the captain is and just goes back to help the captain if he can, or learn what's given.
Yeah,
Okay.
get those 20s out of the way.
Okay. For the most part, it's a quiet day. Nothing really terribly interesting happens. few more shenanigans between Damba and the crew members. Um, other than that, it's pretty quiet. Um, unless anyone has anything they want to specifically want to do.
I halfway want to sit back and relax and watch Lazem work, but I will continue to work on other parts of the boat, but not his railing.
Sure you do, Michael. Sure you do. As you can probably tell from our turnout here, it's been a long time since we've seen new faces inside these walls. We're a fair community of decent-minded people, but we're not so.
At one point, one of the workers comes over and kind of ties a rope around the railing, and then ties it to the handle of the bucket, and then pulls the bucket tight, or the rope tight, and then nails the bucket to the deck, and then walks away.
Just does the work and leaves.
Huh?
Just does some work and then just leaves.
Yeah. But did you hear how he did the work?
Yeah, he nailed it down to the bottom of the ship after tying it up.
Use the bucket as a mount instead of a post.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that works.
Sure.
Now he has a full bucket.
Sure, if you looked around the rest of the ship, you'd see fixes like that as well.
Definitely. Sky is getting exasperated from all the inventive
All of the
fixes.
temporarily permanent fixes.
Yes, those.
She said she was a drug She was being honest. She exposed a bunch of sleazeball politicians and put them behind bars.
I'll ask Captain at some point. Just I don't think I've asked him what sort of stuff they normally ship. I think I've talked to the crew, asked questions, but not the captain himself. Like what their normal, they just ship some goods around, or
Pretty much. Sorry, I had to get my hair out of my face. Captain will tell you that they usually bring a lot more of the natural goods to other places. Things like furs and pelts and skins and things you get from nature as opposed to industrialized stuff.
yeah,
Because one of their typical ports is Lanton, where they don't have a whole lot of agricultural type stuff. It's mostly industrialized.
yeah. So you sail all through the Sea of Fallen Stars and into the trackless sea. the Western Ocean.
Yes, among other places.
I have a question. The chair recommends
Um,
some federal council person and head of security.
we we've been around the world on the seas numerous times. It's just hop from port to port to port.
Sure, it's an interesting life, but must be lonely sometimes.
Yeah, but we make it into port pretty regularly. It's usually not more than a month or so at sea between ports.
That's not too bad then.
You kind of hear one of the crew under their breath um, disagreeing with you, but he doesn't
But
say.
it is too bad
What's that?
that it is bad still.
Yeah, kind of a speak for yourself kind of a response, but he doesn't say it loud enough for the captain to well, captain either doesn't hear it or ignores it.
I'll I'll let it go. I understand that some people have different views. That's about all that I had to ask.
Okay.
AFK.
Why don't we all go take a break real quick? Restroom, drinks, whatever. Stretch your legs, whatever.
Sounds good.
Back.
Welcome back.
Everyone else here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oz here, boss.
Okay? She's right. You got little kids here. You want to fight the cool. Alright, you want to fight? Let's save it for somebody who deserves it, right? Yes? I get a yes vote on that? Yes. Kelly. Yes. Majority rules. Hand it over now.
As you guys are making your way along, um, the captain does ask, is there anywhere specific you want to be left, let off on the island? So we could hit it today if you just wanted to be left on, like the eastern shore, western shore.
Um, uh, I will ask.
I
Uh,
have no idea, so I have no say.
do we have a map of the island, right?
I don't know about a map, but
You have a basic kind of sketch map of the temple, not the island itself.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
maybe show that to the captain, see if he knows where that would be on the island.
Um,
Is that what you guys do?
There's
I won't.
if there's
Sorry, go ahead.
beaches on the west side, I would say let us off on the beach as opposed to passing it and then getting to where like there's rocks and we can't really do much. On the other hand, if there's rocks on the west side, then maybe we continue on. We find a beach.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. Just let us off at the first easy shore that you can see.
I know there's a beach on the northwest side of the island. Would that work for you, or?
Yeah, that'll work fine for us.
That work actually.
Okay, then he will shout out some orders, and the ship will take a sharp northerly course. And he says, then we should be able to drop you off a little after lunchtime. Give you a last good meal, and then ship you out.
That works well for us. Thank you very much for letting us travel on your boat.
Thanks for the training.
It's not a problem. We appreciate the assistance keeping the boat afloat.
Um, we're happy to help and glad we were able to help.
I go and get all my gear packed up and drag it out onto the deck.
Sorry, I made the mistake of opening up a package of nuts. I'm sitting here munching on them when I should be talking. Anyway, as you head north, kind of following the west side of the island, the crew begin to get together some um, they start to put together a pretty decent lunch for the party. Um, it includes some of the stuff that you guys um, have seen already, including some of the smoked fish and some of the other basic fares like the cider and the ale that they've been serving you. There's also some stronger liquors, like whiskey and and stuff, and then they've also got some kind of sweet cakes that um, the captain says they only use for special occasions. Um, which also seem to be fairly well soaked in alcohol, by the way.
Lots of alcohol on everything.
Pretty much, yeah. Um, but they do give you a pretty good lunch as send off. Um, it starts out with lots of laughing and joking and teasing and things like that. But by the end, you got three of the crew members hanging on Damba crying, and um, the captain and first mate are walking around, shaking everyone's hands, the entire party's hands, and then basically telling you guys what great shipmates you were, and they've got tears coming out of their running down their cheeks, and they're not like bawling like the crew members are, but they're crying as well.
Nice.
Well, I'll eat lunch with them and let them have their fun for the lunch. I'm sure it's not normal that they do quite this.
No, this is definitely a special occasion kind of thing.
So nice of them.
As we're finishing up, I'll head over to the captain and thank him again for allowing us on his ship and getting us here to the island safely, and wish him and the rest of his crew a good trip back to Lambton. Hopefully, the rest of your journey is not quite as interesting as this part.
He says, hopefully so. Then he kind of looks over his shoulder and he kind of looks around at the horizon and says, "You wouldn't, by chance, want to join us on the trip to Lantern, would you?"
I can't say that I've ever been to Lantern, but I'll look over at the rest of the party and say that I have some prior obligations with these folks that I'd like to see to the end first.
I see. Okay, then I guess. I mean, we've made the trip before, right? It shouldn't be any more of a problem this time, right?
That should go well, I'm sure, if you've made it a few times. If you ever make it back up to Havenport, we're around the Master's house, usually.
Well, if we make it back that way, we might just stop in to see you.
And I reach out and give him a hug.
If I'm correct, Master's House is a school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if your kids ever need schooling, send them our way.
We'll have to see if I can afford it. If I ever end up having kids.
And if we're docked, he walks off.
You actually have to take a longboat ashore.
Okay, then. He hops on the boat.
Yeah, this boat, can it fit up the river to Parabon?
You talking about the longboat or the ship?
No, this ship. I don't know how wide that river back here is.
Most ships, unless they're like flat bottom boats, aren't going to be shallow enough to make it up rivers.
Yeah.
But they could easily take the longboat up the river if they wanted, if that's what you're interested in.
It'd be a very long boat ride.
Yes.
Um, I will get onto the longboat with everyone else when it's time.
We'll get on the longboat.
Okay, they take you across two at a time. Or take you ashore two at a time because it is a gnomish sized boat.
So mine's a one at a time.
Well, you and Lazem and then Sky and Iriana, or
Okay.
you and Sky, or Lazem and Iriana. Or, wait. Yeah. They gotta split you up, basically. But it takes about, I don't know, about an hour for all of you to get ashore. And again, as Lazem starts to cross, Damba just jumps in the water and swims right next to him. Doesn't even take the chance of Lazem leaving him behind. But when you get to shore, Damba kind of shakes off the water, spraying everyone, and the two crew member that are rowing the boat kind of give him more hugs, and he licks them, and then they kind of wave bye to the rest of you, and they head back.
Looks and asks, anybody know which way we're headed?
Um,
I'll look at the ocean and go, not that way.
once we all get across, I'll kind of look around and see if there are any high points that we can look across the island on.
The terrain from the beach kind of about the beach is about 30 feet wide, or I guess, yeah, wide. From shore to the grass is about 30 feet. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Yeah.
And it kind of turns into this bright green tall grass. It's just like you're on the sand and then you're just suddenly in this bright green tall grass. And that kind of goes up on this tall hill that's within about 50 feet. It's above your head. So you'd have to climb up over this hill before you could see anything further.
If it's not too difficult to climb, that might be a way we can actually make sure we get our bearings right. Maybe even see this temple.
It should be easy enough. Just simple walk up the hill.
Yeah, I'll walk up the hill.
We'll follow.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Iriana. And I guess, Rogar, you said you followed, so go ahead and give me one as well.
No problem. Yeah. Right.
Well, I was gonna say you have to be able to beat a 2. And you did. Just, your proficiency bonus isn't quite as high as Iriana's, so. Yeah. Anyway. Iriana, you get to the top of this hill, with Rogar following shortly behind you. And you look down across the majority of the island, and there's kind of this thick fog. And what little you can see in the fog, it's basically just the tops of trees. And you can see that the ground kind of drops away about 15 feet ahead of you. It's kind of a sheer drop. And as you look around, you kind of notice that a lot of this island seems to actually be lower than water level. So yeah, there's that little strange.
Is there kind of a ring of hills around the, or like the hill that we're on, does it kind of ring most of the island?
You look north and south, and as far as you can tell, and granted your visibility isn't great, but as far as you can see, that the hill does reach from north into the distance and then south into the distance. So it's a pretty fair assumption that that's probably what happens. This hill kind of rings the entire mountainside or the entire island.
Um, kind
Okay.
of look north and south and see maybe we should put some markings down here in the sand and start heading around the island.
You don't want to walk towards the center?
And you say it was a fairly steep drop? Or is it something we could, yeah, I guess, walk or climb down?
Yeah, it's a pretty much a sheer cliff, about 15 feet ahead of you. You could climb down it. You'd need.
How tall of a cliff is it?
You can't see the bottom.
Do you want to go left or right?
It's engulfed in fog.
Do you want to? You said track around. Do you want to start with the south of? Which way do you want to start with?
I was thinking head to the left.
Okay. He agrees.
Just putting some marks in the sand here. So we can get back here and, not just walk in circles around it.
What about
Would-
marking a tree or something if there's one instead of in the sand?
Yeah, are there any trees or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a few trees up here.
Rogar marks a tree and then looks for a couple rocks and builds a little pyramid by the tree that he marked.
Guys trying to see if there are any dragons or humanoids within 5 miles.
Let's see, Sky. There's a small blip about 3 miles south of you. That's kind of disappearing and reappearing. It's kind of intermittent. Um, Draconic. Other than that,
Just one.
yeah, just one small blip.
I'll mention that to everybody. Looks like there is some sort of dragon or dragon type creature to the south of us, a ways away.
Would a Zarep give you a blip on that spell or not?
Zarep? That's not this game.
Well, it's
Zarep is.
it's a companion of dragons.
I think you're thinking about kobolds. Zareps are Pill's Return to the Dead.
Yeah, I know. All right, forget it. They're also in. Uh, I can't think of the other game. Never mind.
I'll ask Sky if do you want to head towards that or away from it?
I will kind of shrug and be like, well, could be a good dragon, could be a bad dragon. Bad dragon, do we really want to fight it?
Not particularly. I'll turn and look at.
Oh, there's also one in your party.
I was
Yeah.
wondering.
Sorry. Other than Rogar, there's one about 3 miles south of you.
I'll turn and look at Rogar and say, maybe we should head to the left here.
Rogar would be considered a humanoid, though, right? Dragonborn wouldn't be considered dragon, I don't think.
You're right. Yeah. I
Most,
guess you would technically be a humanoid.
yeah, most of the races are humanoid.
And even kobolds are technically humanoids.
Did they change that?
No, the kobold race is humanoid.
Huh. They used to be draconic. Of course, I may be thinking pre-5e, so...
Yeah, pretty sure in 3.5 they were draconic or dragon, small dragon or something.
Anyway, enough debating. Um, so you guys are heading basically north
Yeah,
around the island?
just following the coastline.
Okay, you make your way north following the top of this hill, and then as it turns, you continue on towards the east. How long and how far are you guys going to follow this?
Um, I will keep a watch out to into the center of the island, see if the fog lifts at all.
Okay,
and we'll follow it for an hour, maybe get a few miles.
Okay. As you kind of keep a close eye on this fog, you can see there are times when it kind of thins out a little bit, but it only stays thinned out for a couple minutes before um, the fog seems to come back in, or roll back in, or whatever you want to call it, thicken again.
When it's thinned, are we able to see anything or see how deep it is?
You can see the tops of trees. You can't actually see the ground. The tops of trees are probably about 45, 50 feet below you.
Do they look like large trees?
They're pretty good sized.
And on the north side of us, like the beach side, does it kind of stay nice and beachy, or does it kind of turn into a cliff on that side as well?
Um, as you're crossing or passing by that little island, it does kind of turn into a cliff, almost as if the island kind of split away from the little island kind of split away from this larger island. But as soon as you pass that, it kind of goes back down to the beach. Um, yeah.
Um, I suppose keep walking a bit further around. I would keep walking until it kind of gets dinner time, or we see any breaks in the trees, like any buildings or anything when the fog lessens.
Once we hit about the 4 or 5 mile ish range, I will do my awareness again.
I'm gonna suggest you guys zoom in your map all the way to 250. 4 or 5 mile range, Sky. From where you started.
Yeah.
Okay, that would have been before you passed the little island. Um, Go ahead and do the, I don't know, take your point away, or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, it's not a point.
Oh, you
He
don't
can
have.
just eat whenever he wants.
Oh, I thought you could only do it a certain number of times. Okay.
No.
That dragon blip, the intermittent dragon blip, it's now kind of like right at the edge of your range to the south. It's kind of to the southwest at this point. Southwest, and it's just kind of hanging out there. If it knows you're there, it doesn't care.
Yeah, every probably 4 miles ish, I will do that just to keep track and see if we find any others or Any other humanoids?
Okay.
As we're walking, I'm gonna let that radiate.
Oh, that's right. You're a paladin too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one is limited in the number of uses you can use.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, it just means you can only use it 1 plus whatever your charisma modifier is times per day. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't use it. It's just you can only use it a certain number of times.
I can only use it once.
Oh, you have a charisma modifier of 0?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, so you can only use it once.
But I'll save it until we get closer to the.
Okay, so you're not using it now?
Yeah, I'm not using it now.
Okay.
I thought it was one of those that I could use all time, but since it's not, no.
Okay.
Uh,
Um, the sun begins to set and Sky, use your ability again. I don't remember what it's called at the moment, but your ability. The draconic detect the blip, draconic blip, no longer seems to be within your range. However, there are two. Let's see. Two blips that are only about 30 feet south of you, but you can tell that they're like I don't know, like 100 feet below you.
You said those were humanoids?
Yes. There are two of those about 30 feet south of you and about 100 feet below you. And then there's another two about 45 feet south and about 110 feet below you.
I will mention that to the party.
If I did use that skill, would I be able to detect them, or because they're 100 feet below, I wouldn't? They're below my 60-foot range.
They'd be out of your 60-foot range.
Okay.
But they are humanoids, not undead.
Okay. I didn't know if he would read undead as humanoids.
No, they're two different.
creature types.
Yeah,
Okay.
two different categories. And it looks like you detect celestial, fiend, or undead. So.
Thank you. Sorry.
I will. This guy relays it to the party.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll just going to motion everyone to stop and get quietly move up to the edge and see if we can see anything through the fog.
Move a little close. Is it dark out?
Oh yes, the sun is setting.
I ask if they want me to fly down there and do a little reconnaissance.
Sure, that would be great.
Give me a second. And then I'll fly and look at the two groups that he was talking about. Trying to keep away from them, but enough that I can, do a little bit of an investigation.
Okay, so are you just using the cloak as wings? Are you turning into a bat? What?
I'm turning into a bat.
Where? How did you roll that stealth? Where did you roll it from? Your character sheet?
I thought that's what I did it from.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay. You are currently a bat, so I need you to roll it from a bat's character sheet. I just gotta
I
find
don't
it.
have one of those on. So if you post a thing for me, I'll do that.
I'm working on it.
I just that's what I'm saying.
Okay, you should have one available in your next to your character sheet.
And which one is the you'd call stealth?
Be dexterity. Sorry it took so long. It wouldn't let me just drop one in because there was already one
Already have
in
some.
here. What's that?
You already have some.
Yeah. I forgot this guy had it set up for Shepard's familiar back in the Master's House fight. Um, as you are flying, you kind of fly over the edge of the cliff and down into the fog. Kind of have to dodge a few branches on your way down, but you manage to make it down safely. And you kind of try to quietly make your way pretty close to the bottom of the canopy. Just kind of trying to keep an eye on things. Down on the ground, and it takes you a little bit, but you do find the first group of people that Sky spoke of. Give me a perception check with the bat. If they don't have perception, it's wisdom.
The reason why I was asking is on this one, I'm doing it, but it says that I keep all my normal stats for wisdom, intelligence, and charisma.
Yeah, he keeps his wisdom.
Okay, then roll from your character sheet perception check.
I clicked it, hasn't, so it might click twice.
Okay, you can tell that of this first group, one of them is human, one of them is an elf. The elf appears to be female, and the human appears to be male.
They having any form of conversation?
They are talking. You can't make out all of it. You can only hear a few of the words as they're. It seems like maybe they're arguing about something. One of them is holding a few pieces of paper, or parchment or something, and they're both kind of looking at it. And as they're pointing, the gist of what you can make out from from their argument is that they both insist they're on different parts of the map. That basically they think that one of them thinks they're in one location, one of them insists they're in another location, and they can't seem to agree on which location is accurate.
Okay. I'm going to, without getting too close, I'm going to go to see if I can find that other, the other humanoids.
Okay. Um.
But I'll mark about where they are in my mind.
Okay. Um. As you continue south from here, a couple moments later, you do find the second group of humanoids, who are both dwarves. Um, they're both just kind of leaning back against a tree, just kind of sitting there. They look like they're bored to death. Um, every now and then, one of them looks like they're rolling their eyes as they um, seem to be listening to the other two talking or arguing.
Does it look or does it feel that they're part of the other group? Or are they just listening because they're so loud?
They seem to be dressed fairly similar, so it's probably a pretty good chance they're same group.
Okay. And there were only two groups of humanoids, right?
Right.
Okay. I want to try something, but I'm afraid to. uh, heck, you only live once. I'm gonna try if I can snatch the map.
I mean, with that kind of you do only live once.
Um. Okay. Give
They're
me
not really paying attention and they're too busy arguing. Hey, I may just get.
give me a acrobatics check, and if that doesn't have acrobatics, then just a dexterity check. Nice.
Oh,
Okay. Um. So you swoop into um. Go for the map. Um. One of the dwarves sees you before you get to the map, and raises his crossbow and fires at you. Unfortunately, the shot goes wide and completely misses you with the nat 1. However, as you as your claws wrap around the edge of the map and start to carry it away, one of the let's see, the elf. That's a lot of 20s. The elf just starts to scream and swings her arms wildly, and one of them just happens to smack you. Um, how much health do you have as a bat? I'm assuming it's 1.
Yeah, I guess so. Hit points
Yeah.
1.
Okay. One of her hands just out of nowhere just smacks you, and you go flying into a tree, and your polymorph disappears. You are now sliding down the edge of a tree, or the side of a tree, in Dragonborn form. A little bit woozy, lightheaded from being smacked into the tree. Go ahead and takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Took it.
Okay, and you watch as the map kind of floats to the ground with some new terrors in it from your claws. And as you kind of blink a few times to clear your head, you suddenly got these 4 humanoids, human, elf, and 2 dwarves. They all have weapons that get pointed at you. A battle axe, a warhammer, a rapier, and a spear. All pointed at you. And in common, they are demanding who you are and what you're doing.
I'm still dazed.
So you're going to try to pretend to be dazed and not respond?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything aggressive, but I'm gonna be. It's gonna look like Yeah, I just smacked a tree.
Okay, so give me either a performance or deception check.
If it works.
You can choose between the 2.
Yeah, both of them are the same.
Okay. As far as you can tell, they seem to be fooled. The elf is watching you skeptically, but the dwarves kind of pull you away from the tree and bind your arms, tie your wrists together basically. And then the other one ties your ankles.
Yeah, I'm passive. It does.
Okay. At this point, Iriana, Lazum, and Sky Rogar has been gone for a little while. Longer than you guys, or longer than he told you he would be. Sky, you notice that the humanoid blips all move together and seem to be congregated in one location at this point, including Rogar's. Well, there's now a fifth one, I should say, that you did not notice before.
I will mention that to the others. The two at that one spot moved to the other two, and then a fifth one appeared out of nowhere.
We go down and see what's going on.
Okay, how are you gonna get down?
Does him have levitate or fly or anything?
Yes, I actually have both.
I believe they can both only be used once, though.
Yeah, once per dawn.
I don't remember how many people they affect with each casting, so you'll have to look that up.
I think they're both just one creature each at base level.
Okay, I believe they're both concentrations, so you wouldn't be able to cast both. At least not at the same time.
I will pop out my unicorn and cast levitate on Ariana.
Okay. So, Sky's unicorn appears out of this burst of leaves.
My levitate and fly only allow me a 60-foot range.
Well, you can. That's how far away you can cast this spell.
Oh,
You can cast it on yourself. You can cast it on somebody that's 60 feet away. You can use the spell as a spell.
okay.
And then I'll just kind of walk off the edge and pull myself down along the wall.
Okay. Latham, how are you deciding to get down?
I guess I'll. I guess I can use the levitate. Allows me to cast a spell on myself. And
That's all we need. Eyes dumbbells. Let's get down.
Oh,
Could you
forgot about
cast it on
Damba.
Gamba? Could you cast it on Gamba and ride Gamba down?
could do that, I guess. He doesn't weigh
Press fly
500.
on Damba might be easier.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Uh, and oh well, it lasts for 10 minutes, so that should be plenty of time to get down.
Probably.
So yeah, I'll quickly throw the saddle on Damba, get aboard, and cast fly on him.
Okay. He kind of freaks out a little bit as his paws lift off the ground. And he kind of paws at the air a bit and then kind of sends you cartwheeling head over end, or head over tail for a bit. Give me a dexterity saving throw, Lism. No, not initiative.
No, I'm trying to get back over to the core.
I know, I'm just messing with you. Okay, that's fine. That's plenty. You manage to hold on, gripping him tightly with your knees. And after a few moments, he just kind of freezes and comes to rest, and then he cautiously takes a few steps, and he kind of slowly picks up the what's going on. And by the time he gets down to the ground, he's enjoying himself, flying through the air, kind of doing rolls and loops and showing off as best he can.
He can be quite the clown when he wants to be.
Okay, you guys make it down to the ground. Are you guys all going to land at the base of the cliff?
Yeah.
Okay. Lazum, Sky?
Yep.
Yeah, I think though I will land a little bit away from the other two. Just to give me a different perspective, and maybe I can create a surprise. So I'm going to land about 20 feet to the east of the other two.
Okay. You guys know that the humanoid group is about I don't know, 20, 25 feet south of you currently.
Yeah.
At least
Yes.
according to Sky's last reading, anyway.
Yes, that's true. My point was to make sure we weren't all in one group.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. And I indicate to Damba to be quiet. And then I slowly head south and as quietly as I possibly can.
Okay. Give me stealth check on Lazem and Damba. And are you riding Damba or?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Damba is going with you though.
Yes.
Okay. Stealth check for both you and Damba. You're just bound and determined to do that initiative, aren't you?
Well, it's when I select Damba to be able to do that, it automatically pops up.
Yeah,
I don't get a choice.
you're getting an extra click in on the bar. That's all.
Okay. And you're wanting stealth.
Yeah, if there is no stealth, it's dexterity. Okay.
Not too bad for either of us.
Okay.
And with that, before I move, I draw perfect pitch and the blade of pale radiance.
Okay.
Ready.
Okay. Ariana and Sky, what are you guys doing?
I will. If one more look at how levitate movement works.
I'm sorry?
Take one more look at how levitate movement works. Can I try to push myself through the trees closer to the group? No, I'll just walk along the ground, over in the direction that Sky saw the pings, the creature.
Okay. And Sky?
They're about 15 feet above the ground and follow Ariana. Probably about 10 feet back.
On a great big glowing white unicorn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll just walk until I see someone.
Okay. You start to head south in the forest with Sky just slightly behind you. The wings of his unicorn flapping steadily and quietly or softly. You don't see him at the moment, but you know that Lazem and his trusty wolf are off somewhere 20, 30 feet to your right.
I'm not sure it's to the right. As if
I guess you said east, didn't you?
I did.
I'm sorry, I was thinking west. So,
Yeah.
to your left. Sorry.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I apologize, I was thinking you said west.
You don't know the difference between east and west.
Strangely enough, I did actually think about that before I said anything. I was like, okay, he said west, so it would be to the right. And then, apparently, I misremembered what you said. So,
Okay.
I actually did think about it this time. Longer than I normally do.
That's good.
I find it amusing how often I mean, it's a 50-50 chance of getting it right, just saying east or west. And I find it amusing how often I actually get it wrong, just letting one pop out. I get it wrong far more often than I get it right, which I find it very amusing. But
Yeah.
Irion, it doesn't take you long before you can hear these four humanoids arguing and talking with each other, trying to figure out who this fifth person is, trying to figure out where they came from. Are you trying to do this at all stealthily, Iriana?
No, not really.
Okay. Before you can actually see them, you do hear one of them. One of them says, a female, obviously, by the voice, says, "Look, what is that?" And then, all three of them kind of, you can hear them turning, and as you come out from behind a bush, you see all of them looking your direction. Actually above your heads, because they are looking at the glowing unicorn that is flying 15 feet behind you. Or hovering 15 feet behind you. The elf does notice you as you come around the bush. She kind of closes her mouth, kind of looks down at you from the unicorn, and looks back and forth between the two of you. And she just kind of shakes her head and says, "What is going on?"
Uh, I'll call it and ask, what do you mean?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
What do you mean? What happened?
She kind of points a rapier towards you. It's not so much a hostile action as it is a more of a I guess defensive action. And she says, "All these people coming out of the just appearing out of the trees. You got this one over here," and she waves her hand at Rogar, who you can now see is tied up, leaning against a tree. And then she waves a hand at Sky, who's hovering in the sky above you, or in the air above you. And then she points at you. And then she kind of stops for a second. Then she points, and there's another one out there somewhere. She kind of points off to the west or east. No, I guess in her. She points off towards Latham. Says, "And there's a fourth one out there somewhere." Where are you guys from, and what are you doing here? And why are you trying to steal our map?
We're here to explore the island and we're from a bit west of here. We aren't trying to steal your map, or at least the three of us aren't. What are you guys doing here?
We're scientists from Waterdeep. We understand there's supposed to be some ruins on this island, and we came to study them. We haven't been able to find them yet, and then your friend, and she points over at Rogar. And at this point, she's still got the rapier up defensively between you and her, Iriana. And it's almost like she's doing it unconsciously. It's not so much that she realizes she's got the sword up.
Part of her
If
frustration.
What?
Part of her frustration.
Yes. But she points at Rogar and says, "Your friend here tried to snatch the map from us." Oh, Lazem said AFK, which I didn't hear until just now. Well, notice until just now. But go ahead. He's sneaking off in the forest anyway.
Um, well, I am sorry about our friend. I didn't realize he tried to take your map. Did you guys get it back? They have him tied up, right?
Yeah, he's tied up, and she's the human is holding the map. It is currently rolled up, and he's got it tucked in his shirt. You can see it kind of sticking out.
The elf is the one that's talking, right?
Yes.
I will say in Elvish, mean you no harm. We don't have weapons drawn. Would you mind lowering your rapier?
She kind of looks at you, defensive for a moment, and then she kind of thinks about what you said, and she kind of looks down at her hand, and back at the rest of her fellows. She kind of lowers the rapier. Um, and she kind of grabs it by the handle, basically so it's pointed down. Basically holding the handle in reverse. And continues to gesture with her hands. At this point, the rapier is actually more of a danger to herself than it is to anyone else, unless you get too close and decide to get within range of her very frustrated gestures.
I'm back.
Uh,
Welcome back.
and there's 4 of them here, right?
Yes,
I think
and
they're all here.
yeah, the dwarves kind of put their weapons down in a relaxed position, and the human kind of puts his spear up against his shoulder, with the butt against the ground. He's just kind of holding it relaxed. So they no longer have their weapons drawn on you, but they are still out.
Are you guys all researchers from Waterdeep?
She kind of looks at the party, and as you ask this, the dwarves just kind of laugh.
Let's say I didn't think so.
And she gestures at the human and herself. She says, "We are their security."
Would I be able to take a look at the map and see if I can get you guys oriented?
Do they know that Damba and I are out here?
They know someone's off in that direction. Um, the elf heard Damba, but she doesn't know about you. Not that you know any of that.
Okay, I'm just wondering, can I send Damba in as more as a startling effect than anything else, and slip up behind Roger and cut him free?
You can try.
He close enough to have heard anything that has been going on?
Give me a perception check, Lism. I would say he's probably caught the tail end of it. Probably from the point where you asked them to put. No, wait. Do you speak Elven, Lazem? Okay.
He heard me talk, say something, and then
Yeah.
hopefully saw her lower her weapon.
Well, he heard you say something in Elven, and then he heard Iriana offer to help with the map. And as you get close enough, Lazem, you can see that their weapons aren't held in a hostile manner. The dwarves kind of have their axe and their hammer down against the ground. Their hands are kind of just resting on the the butt end of them, and then the spear is kind of resting against the guy's shoulder with the butt against the ground, and then the elf has the rapier upside down in her hand. She's kind of holding it basically with the point down, and she's actually more of a danger to herself than anyone else at the moment. However, they have not put their weapons away, so you can do with that as you wish. Do you still want to do what you said you wanted to do, Lazem?
Well, I'm just thinking that if Rogar is no longer tied up, then we have a little more advantage. We don't have to attack them. But, more advantage is more advantage.
I don't think they're very aggressive.
Hmm?
I don't think they're very aggressive.
Okay, well, it's up to you. I was just thinking of sending Damba in, pretty much racing through the area, crashing through everything. And then cutting Rogar loose. If you don't think it's necessary, then we won't do it.
Well, you're way over there, so it's kind of up to you on how you want to play this.
Yeah, I understand.
To discuss this would be metagaming.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay, yeah. I think I'll do it. And I turn to Damba and whisper and say, Damba, race through there. Don't hurt anybody, but race through there and upset the place.
He kind of ducks down with his head low and his tail up in the air. Looks like he's ready to bolt. On your word.
Okay, and I put the blade of pale radiance back in its scabbard. So I've got just the perfect pitch. And I take the Master's House dagger out in the other hand. And I say, Damba, okay, let's go.
And Damba takes off at full speed, claws kicking up dirt and grass behind him. And he darts forward. You can hear him crashing through bushes and branches and twigs breaking as he pushes himself through trees. He growls as he goes, trying to make as much noise as possible.
While he's doing that, I step up behind Rogar and cut him loose with the dagger.
Okay.
I don't move.
And I'm standing there beside Rogar with the perfect pitch drawn and the dagger in the other hand. And Damba has reached the other side of the area, turned back.
Well, no, not yet.
Okay. I'll let you tell the story. I'm sorry.
As Damba breaks into the clearing and barrels his way towards the newfound strangers, I guess. Three of them turn, swinging the weapons up. As the fourth one is doesn't seem to respond to the noises. Continues to watch Irion in the sky. Three of them turn weapons up, and they see this giant black wolf bearing down on the party from the bushes. And the three of them take several steps back, holding their weapons up in front of them defensively. As Damba literally jumps over the dwarf who didn't turn to look, and landing in front of him, runs over and stands next to Iriana, panting with his tongue lolling out. At this point, you've got the elf, the human, and one of the dwarves literally on their butts, staring at this giant black wolf who just ran through the clearing, as the second dwarf is just kind of standing there shocked that this giant black wolf just suddenly jumped over him. And they're just all staring at this giant black wolf that seems to be friends of this gnome that they were suddenly talking, or just appeared out of nowhere.
Sounds like it worked.
Seems to have. So, Sky and Irana, what do you do when you see Damba come flying out of the bushes at the other side of the clearing?
I'll roll my eyes. Not that anyone's probably looking at me or noticing, but I'm gonna roll my eyes.
Okay.
I'll call out when I see Domba. I'll say, "Hey, Domba, where's Lazum?" And it is about time for me to go.
Aw.
Week. This is a perfect stopping point.
You're not gonna be here next week, Rogar, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Are you gonna be here for the Sunday game next week?
That's a questionable on Sunday's game because I'm driving up to Wyoming to pick up my dad. He's finally getting out, so I just know that I'll be driving back tomorrow or on next Saturday, so I don't know how long that'll take.
So he may be here for next week's game, next Sunday's game. I mean, if you're here, he'll be here.
Yes, if I'm here, he's here,
Sweet.
and if I'm, but that's the other side. If I'm not here, he's not here.
Okay, Sky, is there anything you want to say about that?
If we got two of y'all missing, then we probably shouldn't do a game. And I would hope that we can figure out that with some kind of notice.
We
So
will know
that
Saturday. I will know Saturday if we're back Sunday. That's as close as I can give you, just because I drive up and pick him up on Friday. So I believe it'll only take a 1 day to come back. He's about 9 hours from Colorado Springs. So I believe we should be back Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening. Just because I'll be driving and I'll be tired, so I'll probably stay up a while on Friday night.
then maybe we should just cancel it because I don't want to. I hate when that happens to me, and I don't want to have to cancel at the last minute, i.e., Saturday night, if Opal made plans, or cancel if her dad said, "Hey, do you want to come down?" and she goes, "No, I've got a game," and then all of a sudden she doesn't have a game. Like
Okay.
that bothers me. So I don't want. I would rather say no ahead of time so that people can make other plans, as opposed to making plans to be there for the game and then not have a game.
Completely understandable. And sorry about that, guys.
See you guys later.
Have a good
Yeah.
one, Bo.
And a
Okay.
reminder, we don't have a game tomorrow either because I will be in the mountains with a friend
Oh,
driving and seeing leaves.
doing what?
We're going. Denver Tesla Club is going for a drive to go look at the leaves, the
Oh,
aspens. And I've got a
Nice.
friend in town from Tennessee that will be with me going and driving in the mountains.
that is well worth it.
Nice. I've been watching a lot of Tesla videos on um, YouTube recently, so
If I ever get the money, I will buy a Tesla.